weekend. It's a little gloomy out this morning. Excuse my look. I forgot to take off makeup last night, so it looks like I have raccoon eyes. Anyways, I wanted to come on here and update you guys with the sleep training progress. And it was going well at first, and then we had a little step back, but that was my fault. So I just wanted to update you, and basically, so after Bryce's 4-month checkup, I got the okay from his pediatrician to start weaning him off the night feedings because he's perfect in weight and he needs to start eating more in the day, and that will kind of help with that. So that first night I did it, and it wasn't too bad actually. So he woke up, I put him down around 7-ish, and then he woke up at like 12:30, so I went in there, and instead of feeding him, I waited 5 minutes and then went in there and patted his butt and just shushed him and just said, "It's night-night time, I love you," just made it short and sweet, and then I walked out of the room. And then he kind of got a little mad, you know, a little confused, like, "Why aren't you feeding me?" And then he cried for about 20 minutes, but it wasn't like a death cry. Like, it was just kind of whining on and off. Like, I just know his cry, so I knew it was okay. And it is kind of part of the process, so that's how they learn. And then he went to sleep, and then he woke up again around 4, and then did the same thing, and it was a lot quicker. It was like 10 minutes, and then he woke up, I believe, at like 5:30. So the last time I fed him was like around 6:45, so I went in there and fed him a little bit, and then he went back to sleep and woke up at like 7, and then he had his morning feed. So that was the first night, and it wasn't too bad. And then the second night, so yeah, then throughout the day he ate more because he didn't have those feedings through the night, because usually he would eat 6 ounces. So yeah, he ate more through the day. He was eating 6 ounces like every 3.5 to 4 hours. And then always at night I give him like an 8-ounce bottle, and usually he'll finish it. Sometimes he'll eat 7. And then he slept through the night. That night he slept from like 7 to 5 in the morning. And then the same thing, I went in there, fed him a little bit, and then put him back to bed. And then, because that's considered a night feeding, but it's like early morning, so because I'm not starting my day at 5 o'clock. So that's kind of how you trick them if your baby's waking up early. Some people just like get them up for the morning. So what I've learned is you go in there if they're waking up at 5 o'clock, 5:30, and trick them, feed them a little bit, then put them back to sleep. And I only feed him like 2 ounces so he can still be hungry for the morning feed. So I did that, and then he woke up at 7, or sometimes he'll wake up at 6:30, but still it's like an extra hour. I don't mind starting my day around 6:30. So yeah, then he slept through the night basically. So that was awesome. And then I don't know what happened. I worked through the week, and then like the feedings kind of got messed up because my parents watch him during the week, and I don't know, like sometimes he won't eat as much. So it's just kind of hard some days. So then he kind of got off track, and then it was my bad because then I started feeding him again. I would go in there at like 11 and feed him, and then I wouldn't feed him past 11. Like that was the latest I would feed him. But then I kind of got in the habit again of doing that, and he was kind of waking up again. We were kind of going backwards. So basically I had to start the process all over. So yeah, then this time around it was worse because he's probably like, what the heck, like it was my fault, I wasn't consistent. So I just wanted to update you guys. And last night I started it again, or not last night, Friday night or Thursday night. Yeah, Thursday night. Okay, so yeah, Thursday night I started it again, and it was worse. He was pissed. He woke up at like 1, and it was like it was like an hour and a half, not of him crying straight, but just me going back and forth. And I don't know if that's like making it worse. Like, so I'm just kind of trying to redo it again. But then last night did it again. It wasn't as bad. It was like 35 minutes. But yeah, I'm just kind of starting the process all over, and I just have to be strong and be consistent, because if I keep going back and forth, like it's not gonna happen. So if you're not mentally prepared to do this, then it's okay. Like you gotta wait a little bit. So now I'm really being hardcore in doing it because I'm so determined to be sleeping longer through the night, and for him too, because he's more tired and he just needs to learn. He'll be 5 months next week. And I mean, I got the okay from the pediatrician. They say between 4 to 6 months, it's like good to start sleep training. And the younger you start, the better, because then they'll have good sleeping habits throughout. So, and honestly, it gave me a little peace of mind as well, because when I gave in to feed him again, like he wasn't eating as much. He used to eat like 6 ounces. So I was like, wow, that's kind of a lot. Like he's still hungry. So I didn't want to starve him. but he would only eat like 2 ounces or 3 ounces, and then he's like falling asleep. So he for sure was doing it for comfort. Even though he knows how to self-soothe, he still was used to that routine of me going in there, giving him the bottle, him going back to sleep. And he probably just wanted to hang out with me, some extra cuddles, which I love too, but I know I need to nip it in the butt and just do it, because I don't want this habit for when he's older. And yeah, so I just have to give him tough love and know it's okay. I'm not starving him. Like, he's okay. Like, he's barely even eating. And then it messes up the whole day too. It messes up the morning feeding. So that's kind of how you know when it's time to start sleep training and stop the night feedings, because they're not going to be as hungry in the morning. And then that throws everything off with the nap. So yeah, so last night was night 2, so it was a lot better. So, and I remember her saying it takes about like 3 days if you're consistent, and then they'll just get the picture like, okay, mom's like not coming in here, or she's not going to feed me, so I need to sleep, and they'll learn. So he's very smart, and I know we'll have success. So yeah, I just wanted to update you guys and just let you know that I did give in, and it's hard. Like, you have to be strong, and it's like kind of sad, like hearing your baby cry, but I know it's like out of tough love, and it's going to be better for us. And you know, you do it to your own comfort. Like with me, I wait the 5 minutes, go in there, reassure, and then I time it on my phone. Like, and each night I've added more time. Like the first night was 20 minutes, and then I did 30 minutes, and then he'd fall asleep before, or I would go in there after, like if he was still not asleep. But yeah, they say like he's not crying straight. Like, he'll whine and then stop, whine, stop. So it's not like excruciating screaming, like cry. Like, then something's usually wrong, or I don't know. Each baby's different. Some just might get really upset, and you kind of just have to go for it. But I know I just need to be strong and do it, because I don't want to start this all over again and go through it again, because then, you know, you hear your baby cry and do all that for no reason. So I know I just need to finish out the process. So yeah, if you're sleep training, let me know if you guys have any tips or what you guys are doing, or just let you know we're all in this together as moms, and you know, we're trying to do what's best for our baby. So what? There he is. He gets so frustrated because the owl does like a peekaboo, and he gets mad. Look, there he is. You see him? There he is. You're not sure about it? You're not sure about it? Whoa. Here's Mr. Owl. Here's Mr. Owl. What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? Hi. You trying to talk? He's still figuring out his voice. So funny. But yeah, he's almost able to sit up by himself. Let me know any recommendations on what kind of seat. I know a lot of people use the Bumbo. I know I need to like buy something so he can practice sitting up more. I mean, this is good for his legs and strength. You can see he's like standing, getting that leg workout in. But I want to find like a little seat or something for him to start sitting in to get more head strength, huh? Yeah. Are we just bumming it today? We're just both in our PJs still. Just always like to have a lazy day. Yeah. The first yawn, huh? Yeah, I'm going to probably have to put him down pretty soon in about 20 minutes. His wake times are around, well, today it's been like an hour and a half that he's been able to stay up happily, so kind of varies. If he sleeps longer through the night, then he can stay up almost 2 hours, but it's between an hour and a half and 2 hours. So yeah, we're just kind of having a day in today. It's raining on and off, and Josh is out of town. He's in Colorado for his friend's bachelor party. So it's just me and my little guy just hanging out, which I'm okay with. Morning, you guys. It's the next day. So I ended up putting Bryce down last night at his bedtime around 7:15. He fell asleep. And I wanted to update you with the sleep training. Last night was, oh my gosh, way better. He woke up at 9:45. I gave him 5 minutes, went in there, shushed him, literally went out in like 2 minutes, and then he slept until 5:30 this morning. Granted, we had the time change, so that would have been 4:30, but whatever. Still so much better that he slept that whole time. He's learning, because even a couple times he woke up, and of course last night I should have been sleeping, but I just couldn't sleep, and I was just researching because I'm just so determined, like I've been telling you guys, to get the sleep training down. And he'd get up, and I'm like, oh no, but then he'd just go back to sleep. It's just the sleep cycles. He wakes up, goes back to sleep. That's why it's so important to learn for your baby to learn how to self-soothe. So he has that skill down. Now it's just me training him, not feeding him, being consistent. And already it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So it's day 3, and it's already so much better. So when he woke up at 5:30 this morning, I went in there, or again, I waited 5 minutes, and then still whining, and I could just tell like he was kind of awake. So I just went in there and I fed him a snack, 2 ounces, so it doesn't mess up with the morning feed. And then, so yeah, fed him 2 ounces. He was a little pissed because I think he wanted more, but I've done more before and it's messed up the morning feed. So I gave him the 2 ounces. It's better than nothing, so I know he's not starving. And then I just burped him and shushed him and just like kind of held him for a little bit till he calmed down. And then I set him right back down in the crib, left the room, checked the monitor. Took him a little bit because by the time I was done feeding him, it was like 5:45 or 5:35. I set him down in the crib, and then he fell asleep at 6. And then he woke up again like 5 minutes later, but then resettled himself to sleep. And yeah, and then he slept, I'm pretty sure, till 6:45, maybe a little bit before 7, because I set an alarm on my phone to 7. And my alarm went off, and then that's when he kind of started whining. So I'm guessing he woke up a little bit before, because when he's well rested, he doesn't cry right away. So that's what I'm assuming. And then for the naps, so now he's down to 3 naps. So again, it's all about training your baby. So now that he sleeps longer through the night, he's more well rested in the morning. He's more well rested in the morning, meaning the wake times are going to be a little bit longer, and he needs to nap longer for that first nap. When your baby's doing 4 naps, the first nap, it's okay if it's like 45 minutes to an hour, but now that he's down that 1 nap, the naps need to be an hour and a half to 2 hours just for it to all line up. And it makes sense because he's eating every 3.5 to 4 hours, 6 ounces or so, or even more. So the nap should line up with the feeding. So every time he wakes up, he needs to eat. So if he wakes up early, then it's too early to feed, and it just screws everything up. Especially now that he's 5 months old, he can totally wing it. When your baby's a little bit younger, it's hard. They wake up earlier because they're hungry. They can't hang on for so long. But I know for a fact he can, just because of trial and error. He'd wake up early and I'd feed him. He'd barely eat, just throws everything off. So you get the picture. So this morning I watched his cues, and as your baby gets older, they change their sleepy cues. Like, I was kind of experimenting this morning because I knew he slept longer through the night, so I knew I could kind of stretch him, because the goal is to put your baby down to sleep before they are absolute wreck. So you look for the signs: yawning, rubbing of the eyes. Once your baby kind of changes their facial expression, which that's kind of his new thing now. When he's happy, he's engaging with me, he's looking at me, eye contact. Once he starts like fading and like just staring into space, and his facial expression, he doesn't have any really, like, and he's a happy baby. So I'm like, okay, those are the signs. And plus I'm trying to line it up with the time, so he gets tired at the same times each day now that I'm doing the schedule. So my goal is for him to wake up at 7, Even if he wakes up at 6:45, I'm going to wait to feed him between 7:15. You have a 30-minute window. So you can decide what time you want your baby to wake up. If it's 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, I wouldn't recommend, usually no baby sleeps until 9. That's just how it is. So 7 o'clock is perfect for me. So yeah, I want to feed him at 7:15, between 7 and 7:15. The next feeding's at 11:15. The next feeding is 3:15, and then the last feeding before bed. So that's the goal. And so yeah, he should nap an hour and a half to 2 hours in between. So now that he's been used to napping for 45 minutes for the first nap, I have to retrain. So literally, yeah, I put him in the crib at 8:45, and that's how I knew. I stretched him, and yeah, he did his sleepy cues, how I know, and he literally passed out in 2 minutes, 3 minutes, barely even fussed. So it's a sign if your baby takes a little bit to go to sleep before their nap, that you waited too long to put them down, that they're already overly tired. It's crazy. You kind of have to get the wake times down, and each month or as your baby gets older, the wake times are longer. So you kind of have to experiment. So that's what I've been doing today. So I knew I could stretch him. He wasn't a wreck. He went down, minimal crying. So I was like, okay, so now we'll see how long he sleeps. And so exactly, he woke up 45 minutes later. I gave him 5 minutes because I know he knows how to self-soothe. But no, he was like getting mad, and I didn't want him so worked up that it wakes him up. I went in there, shushed him. He was pissed, obviously, because I used to get him up after 45 minutes. So I give it 15 minutes before the nap is completely done. But I'm in there, I'm shushing him. So I pat his butt because he sleeps on his tummy, and he likes when I shush him. So I went in there at like 9:40ish, 9:41 or whatever, and he went back out at 9:50. So if I would have gave in, and like, I honestly didn't think he was going to go back down. But I was like, nope, I have to be strong. Like, he's losing one nap. He needs this, and he's a way happier baby because yesterday we had a day and he was jacked. So determined. Yeah, he went back down. So now he's still asleep, and usually when they fall back asleep, then they're going to sleep another hour at least, or even 30 minutes, whatever. I don't care, is that I want it to line up with the feeding. So yeah, sorry, that was a lot, but I just needed to fill you guys in. And if you're trying to get your baby on a schedule, it's a lot of work, but honestly, it's so worth it. And I just keep thinking of the future, that it's going to pay off. If you're consistent, it will pay off. So listen to your baby, watch the cues, and yeah, it's day 3. We're already having a better day. He slept better. I could just tell this morning he was so much happier. He's more talkative. And yeah, if your baby sleeps, like, sleep is amazing. Like, think about it, when you get a lot of sleep, like, you feel amazing. So I just wanted to fill you guys in, and I will keep filling you in till we get to the goal. But yeah, if you're starting to sleep train, hang in there. And what I always reference to is Chronicles of Baby Wise Mom. So you can Google that and type in the age of your baby, and it kind of gives you their wait times. It literally tells you everything. And this has been my guide, and also my one girlfriend who already has babies does the schedule, and so she's been helping me, and it's literally life-changing. I mean, already, like, I've been training him since he's 2.5 months old. It's a long process, but it is worth it. When he was 2.5 months old, I started with bedtime, because obviously I couldn't like train him, sleep train yet, like for the night, because he's waking up for feeding and all that. But you can at least start with a bedtime routine, and that establishes that. And then as each month they get older, you're just still training a little bit, but it's not as intense because you're not doing everything in one. And I mean, that's okay if you haven't started that at that young. I mean, Bryce is a very quick learner, so I just knew I could kind of start. You know your baby, so listen to their cues and just experiment with the wake times. You're gonna mess up. I've messed up, and that's okay. You log it, write everything down, so you know you can reference back, and then just experiment. Either take 5 minutes back, or put him down 5 minutes earlier, or give him 5 minutes more of wake time, because that's how I knew he could stay up longer. Because when I put him down in the crib when he was 3 months old, when I mastered it, and he would start playing in his crib like he wasn't going to sleep. So I knew, I was like, oh crap, he can stay up longer now. So that's the signs that you can kind of see. Like I said, you know your baby. This isn't for everyone, but if you want a schedule, I'm telling you, it's a game changer. Like, he's a way happy baby because he knows what to expect. And I just love routine. Babies love routine. And yeah, we all just need sleep. So that is what I've been doing, and I just wanted to update you guys. Let me know in the comments what you want to see next from me. Let me know if you like the vlogs. But yeah, if you're a mom and trying to train your baby, I promise you it's worth it. They just need tough love, and if you're consistent, you will succeed. And I'm telling you that from experience, that what I've been doing. So I'm gonna end the vlog here, you guys, because it's already gonna be kind of a long video, but I will come on here and update you with the sleep training continuation. So yeah, he's still asleep. I'm so happy. So have a good rest of your day, you guys. Subscribe if you're new. Give it a thumbs up if you like this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.